into the evaluation section. Bob, I was really hoping you were going to ask me a story about the nude beach, because I actually have a very good nude beach story. But I'm going to save that for a speech, because you inspired me this morning. I came up with a great speech idea, so I'm going to save that. And in honor of our visiting area governor, Karl, it's going to be a humorous speech. I'm going to use some of Karl's techniques that I've been reading about lately. So let's get to the evaluation section this morning. Our first evaluator, Michelle Detlef. I hope no one here is battling the summertime blues. In fact, we should be preparing ourselves for one crazy summer. It's time to let loose, do something wild, and live to tell about it. Today, Karl has just completed a speech and is ready for a crazy evaluation. Please help me welcome ATM Gold, Michelle Detlef.
A dramatic talk. That's all they had on the paper, and I was thinking, oh, this is going to be boring. But when Karl comes to the lectern, he definitely has a stage presence about him. And then for those of us who know you, we're just really concerned as what's going to come out of your mouth. That's all. And you succeeded. You gave us plenty to think about, and we enjoyed the stories along with you. It did seem a little bit, when you were going from story from neighbor to neighbor, like almost like a stand-up comedy routine. But you have this gift of tying these little anecdotal stories with a purpose. Now, stand-up comedians don't really have a purpose, it seems. But you created a purpose with that. And that was to, if we just think about it, we could have 20/20 foresight. And some of us may not understand what that means. So, of course, he had a story with hindsight, the newspaper. It was brilliant. I'm afraid to ask you if it's true.
Knowing Roy, it probably is.
Really? You use a lot of body language. There was the cuffs, there was the tie. I didn't see a lot of facial expressions.
I don't have any.
No. And as far as like inflections in your voice, I didn't really hear a lot of that, but you are very interesting, and I'm almost kind of thinking here on the spot that maybe some of us are not as interesting. I don't know. We need these things and be really crazy and all of this, but you, like I said, you have the stage presence, so we actually hang on every word, whereas the rest of us may need the facial expressions and all of that to try to engage the audience. But I know that you do smile a lot in your speech, but I think you just smile naturally. You're just a happy person. There was supposed to be a climax to your speech. And for me, what did it was the quote from Walt Disney. Because here you went through succession of all these stories and foresight, and how with a little bit of planning, we can avoid these pitfalls. And the vision quote with Roy Disney, that to me, that was the climax. And it really set your point home. And I thought you did a great job. Thank you, Karl, for being our guest speaker today.